management planning process. We're going to talk about the first activity in the area of management, planning. Now, let me give you an example. If you were to go on a vacation, would you just go and board the next train that is available, or the next flight, or the next bus that is available? Wouldn't you think before the actual time what to do? And that's what planning is all about. You wouldn't just take what comes, but you have a choice, and you have made the choice, and you fix things in such a way that you're able to have that choice, and you're able to have proper order in what you're going to have. And that is what planning is about. Why plan? What is the point? It gives you stability, it gives you clarity, it makes your process purposeful, it gives clear indication, and also it sort of gives you that room to maneuver yourself in case of some kind of change. And that's why you need what is called as a plan. And today we're going to look at this plan as an activity in the management process itself, as a very critical part, looking at what a plan is, what are the different types of plans, and how organizations and managers plan things for their own teams. So generally speaking, what is it? I mean, deciding in advance. Newman says planning is nothing but deciding in advance. So if you're going to start an activity 10 days from now, you plan today. So you have a gap of 10 days between the day you actually started planning and the day you started implementing, and hence planning is nothing but deciding in advance. I like this definition, which says it's a trap laid to capture the future. It's a trap laid to capture the future. Now you know that during hunting or while fishing, what do? You have the bait at the end of the anchor, and that is the plan that you have to tempt the fish to come and try and get the bait, and in the process you get the fish hooked on to your fishing net. And that's what it is, a trap laid to capture the future. So something that will help you to achieve something in the future. Now, these are things that are critical to an organization and the management process itself. What are the things about planning? I mean, the first thing you talk about when planning is you're looking at the future. So it's a futuristic activity. You're not doing, you're not planning for the past, but you're looking at the past, and you're looking at the present, and you're planning for the future. So if you're going to start a new venture, if you're going to have a new project within your team, what do? You look at the resources that are available with you, look at what you want to achieve, look at how you can achieve, and these are sort of things that you plan. You brainstorm, you get people who are related to the activity to achieve things. So supposing there's a new client, first thing that you do is understand the client, you understand his or her needs, and then you plan for your own processes to be aligned towards that client's needs, and you see how the plan can be, how this can be executed as well. So that is what some of the important elements are. First thing is about looking ahead. It's a predetermined course of action. Now, why do we have to say predetermined? Why do we have to predetermine things? Why? It gives us clarity. So if you're going from point A to point B, you know where point B is, and you're taking a certain route. You've already predetermined the course of action. That gives you an understanding if you are on the path or not. So when you have a predetermined course of action, any deviation, any confusion can be clarified or can be checked with this course of action. So you have study of alternatives as well. It's continuous too. Now, why plan? What is the importance of planning in the management activity? Why do you have to consider this as something that is critical? If you look at some things that the government has done, especially in India, you see a lot of things that have been planned for many years. A lot of welfare systems, a lot of the travel systems like the trains, like the buses, the road systems, the communication systems have been planned for a long time. Why do you think the government or any institution spends so much time on really planning? Have you heard about the planning commission, the different boards which or different members put as a team to actually plan course of action for certain projects? Why do they do it? It's about knowing what to do and dealing with what is called as future uncertainty and change. Now, when you plan, you actually prepare to change yourself, you also prepare to understand that there are going to be changes in the system and to be sure of what you want to do. So you persist with your ideas, and you have a certain idea and you have to be strong in that idea to actually achieve things, and that's why you have to deal with future uncertainty and change. What is also important is objectives. Now, what is an objective? It's like a benchmark, or it's like what you measure performance or achievement with. Now, when you don't have clear objectives, you don't know which boat you're sailing on, whether you're sailing on a boat which has holes on it, or whether you're sailing on a boat that is moving steadily towards your objectives. Hence, when you have a plan, you can always gauge your performance based on the objectives. It helps coordination as well. So whenever there's an issue, say for example you want to achieve 10 sales a day and that is not being done, it helps you coordinate, it helps you train your employees, it helps you facilitate some kind of learning or some way of improving the sales based on what you have planned, rather than having it in general. So if you have a certain plan, the plan is tailor-made for a given process or a given organization or a given department. Hence, it helps in coordination. Also helps in control. Now, how can you control without having a plan? Why? Why is it that you cannot control when there is no plan? When there is no plan, you're not sure of where you're going, you're not sure of where you should be, or you never know what the deviation is. Hence, a plan is very critical too. Imagine building a house. Why do this is simple and I would say a very practical idea is a plan. Before you construct a house, you have what is called as a plan. Why don't we just go and build? Because when you plan, you know what is to come. You also, while planning, consciously try and figure out the things that you might normally miss out. So if you're going to build a house, you have to look at not only building the house, but you have to look at the sewage system, you have to look at the water, the tank, the drainage system, the tax, the space that you have to give, space that you have to leave at each corner of the house, the number of floors that you are allowed to build. Hence, planning gives you a lot of clarity, it gives you a lot of control as well. So while building the house too, you refer to your plan and you control the activities of the contractors.